Almost everyone experiences it, but almost no one acts on it in time. A financial wake-up call hits quietly at first. A missed bill here, a stagnant bank account there. Then one day, it's impossible to ignore. Your money isn't growing, your plans aren't working, and the choices you've been postponing have consequences. In this video, we're breaking down the financial wake-up call that everyone gets too late, why it happens, and how to respond before it's too late. Before we dive in, if you want to see the warning signs early and take control of your financial future, hit subscribe. Living paycheck to paycheck is a choice you made. Here's a hard truth. Most people living paycheck to paycheck aren't there because they don't make enough money. They're there because they spent every raise they ever got. You got promoted. Great. Time for a nicer car. Got a bonus? Perfect. Let's upgrade the apartment. The problem is lifestyle inflation. Every time your income goes up, your spending goes up to match it. You think you're moving forward, but you're just running faster on the same treadmill. People wake up at 40 making 3 times what they made at 25, but somehow they're still broke. That's not bad luck, that's bad choices. The wake-up call comes when an emergency hits and you realize you have nothing saved. No cushion, no safety net, just credit cards and panic. By then, you've wasted years of income that could have been building wealth. Your job will never make you rich. Let's be honest about something. Trading time for money has a ceiling. Doesn't matter if you're making $50,000 or $500,000 a year. If you stop working, the money stops coming. That's not wealth. That's just a fancy paycheck. People spend their whole lives climbing the corporate ladder thinking the next promotion will finally be enough. But it never is. The wake-up call comes when you realize your boss, who you've been making rich for 20 years, has investments and multiple income streams, while you just have a salary. Rich people don't work for money. They make money work for them. They own businesses, invest in assets, and create systems that generate income without their constant presence. Meanwhile, you're still trading hours for dollars and wondering why you can't get ahead. By the time most people figure this out, they've spent decades building someone else's dream instead of their own. Debt compounds faster than savings. Here's some math they don't want you to understand. That credit card charging you 20% interest. It's growing faster than any savings account or safe investment you have. Every month you carry a balance. You're going backwards. People think they're managing their debt by making minimum payments, but they're actually just feeding the beast. A $5,000 credit card balance takes over 20 years to pay off with minimum payments. You end up paying more than double the original amount. The wake-up call comes when you finally add up all your debt payments and realize you're sending thousands to lenders every single month. Money that could have been invested, saved, or used to build wealth is instead making banks richer. And the worst part? You can't even remember what half of that debt paid for. It's just gone, along with your financial freedom. Time is your biggest asset, and you're wasting it. Compound interest is called the 8th wonder of the world for a reason. $1 invested in your 20s is worth 10 times more than $1 invested in your 50s. But most people waste their 20s and 30s living for today with zero thought about tomorrow. They'll spend $100 on a night out without thinking twice, but investing that same 100 feels impossible. The wake-up call comes when you've hit 40 and realize you have nothing saved for retirement. Suddenly you're trying to catch up, but the math doesn't work anymore. You needed time on your side, and you wasted it. Someone who invests $200 a month from age 25 to 35 and then stops will have more at retirement than someone who starts at 35 and invests until 65. That's the power of time, but you can't buy time back. Once it's gone, it's gone. Nobody is coming to save you. This is the big one. Your parents aren't going to leave you a fortune. The government pension won't be enough to live on. Social Security is barely holding on. That lottery ticket isn't hitting, and your company's retirement plan. It's probably underfunded and overpromised. The wake-up call comes when you realize you're completely on your own. Nobody cares about your financial future more than you do, and most people don't even care about it at all. You think someone will rescue you, but they won't. People retire broke every single day. They spend their final years working part-time jobs just to survive, relying on kids who can barely support themselves, or depending on government programs that keep getting cut. It's harsh, but it's reality. The safety nets you're counting on are full of holes. If you don't build your own wealth, you'll end up another statistic. Someone who worked their whole life and has nothing to show for it. Financial freedom requires sacrifice today. Everyone wants to be financially free, but nobody wants to make the sacrifices that freedom requires. You can't have everything now and financial security later. It doesn't work that way. Freedom costs something. It costs saying no to things you want right now so you can have what you need later. It costs skipping the expensive vacation to max out your retirement account. It costs driving a paid-off car instead of leasing a new one. It costs living below your means when everyone around you is living above theirs. The wake-up call comes when you realize all those small sacrifices your friends avoided are now massive regrets they're living with. They had fun in their 20s and 30s, sure, but now they're trapped in jobs they hate because they need the paycheck. They can't retire because they have no savings. They're one emergency away from financial disaster. Meanwhile, the people who made those sacrifices early, they're free. They have options. They're not rich because they made more money. They're rich because they kept more money. Your money habits define your life. Here's the final truth. How you handle money affects everything else in your life. Money problems destroy marriages, create health issues from stress, limit your opportunities, and steal your peace of mind. People think money isn't that important, that it's shallow to care about wealth. But being broke is way more stressful than being rich. The wake-up call comes when financial stress starts controlling your life. You can't sleep because you're worried about bills. You take jobs you hate because you need the insurance. You stay in bad situations because you can't afford to leave. Your kids miss out on opportunities because you can't pay for them. Every decision you make is limited by money you don't have, and all of it could have been avoided with better habits earlier. The rich didn't get lucky. They got disciplined. They made hard choices when they were easy to make, instead of waiting until they became impossible. The hardest part about this wake-up call isn't the money problem itself. It's realizing you could have avoided most of it. Once you see it clearly, you have a choice. Continue blindly or take action, and finally put your finances on track. So ask yourself, have you been ignoring the warning signs? Share your experience in the comments. If this video helped you recognize a wake-up call before it's too late, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with someone who needs this reality check. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.